Again, here we are after
some time of break.
yes,
So we have an interesting question. Yeah, we could just put it
somewhere here.
here. It's actually like in the layout from, I don't know if this show exists anywhere outside of Austria, Germany or Switzerland. Who is going to be the millionaire?
Yeah, like a quiz show where you can win up to €1 million.
Yeah, exactly. So the question in question.
Nice. The question is, what do INFJs hate the most?
Or INFJs. Because
sorry.
I'm the only
INFJ.
one that says INFJ to INFJ.
Oh, sorry. And
because
I do that because I thought it was like the
you
main...
would think like that's canon because
Yeah.
I always say
Yeah.
it, but just not.
You're more into it, so I thought like this
No.
is the right way to say it.
No, I think the right way in German is INFJ, but that's
So INFJ in English.
yeah. I
It's
don't
just
like it.
it's just hard to pronounce, long and wordy.
Yeah, I think INFJ is just the easiest way to say it, but I also know it's like not common.
Okay.
Just yeah.
So it's INFJs. Sorry.
Did we say the question actually?
Yeah, I said it.
You did say it. Okay.
So and the answer possibilities are A, narcissists, B, socializing, C, saying no, and D, endless small talk. We have to be a little... We have to pay attention because narcissist is always like a overused word, like ADHD, traumatized,
It's like yeah,
triggering and stuff like this. So
it's probably also about people that are just not into the feelings and interests of other people a lot, which is very
self-centered.
Yeah.
It's not about the people who have narcissistic personality traits, because I mean that's a little harsh, I think, too. I mean they're probably difficult people, but I mean they have an illness and are not like and the people we are talking about, they don't have an illness, they're just self-centered. Sorry.
True.
So yeah.
Or like maybe they also mean just in general difficult people who, because there's this thing that INFJs want to fix people. They think like, yeah, I can heal you.
I can't do that.
Yeah, and that's just not healthy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's also a lot about these people that just have some issues, and because we're good at like analyzing people, and we can identify what's their problem and what do they need to do to help them to get better.
Yeah.
So we could easily help some people that have some certain problems, but they don't want it always, and it's not our task. It's not up to us.
So why do we hate them?
Why do we hate them?
I feel like they are not... We, as an INFJ, want to see everyone's emotion and like be aware of them, and I feel like narcissists are not like aware of others' emotions, and they're just aware of themselves, and they can't really see, or they're not interested in other people, I feel like, and so we kind of hate that.
Yeah, I think it's exactly about that, like it's that extroverted versus introverted feeling thing, where INFJs want to, as you said, know how everyone is feeling and is concerned about everyone's feelings and values, like not always in a caring way, but just what is everyone else feeling? What do they think?
Yeah.
And like the narcissists are just people that are more focused on their own personal needs and feelings, and that's what I think in a way also like triggers in some way, in a mild way, like, or like has an effect on INFJs because I think deep down we also want to honor our own needs more, but we feel like we have to put ourselves second to everyone else, and that's why we're like deep down feeling that like how can they just do that, like they're just so,
how dare they.
Yeah, I also want that, like deep down I think we do want that, and just seeing somebody just do what we actually want to do, but for some, because there's some barriers. In our minds that just enable us to also honor our own feelings.
Yeah, so because I feel like, or it is so that narcissists don't need someone else to value their feelings. They just do it on their own, and they're aware of it, and they don't need someone else to figure them out, but we need those like people.
That external validation.
Yeah, because we look at other people's emotions, so we need someone to do the same for us.
Yeah.
So if I observe their emotions, but the narcissist only looks at them as well, who looks at me, who looks at my feelings.
We feel like we're not appreciated by people that don't value other people's feelings.
Yeah.
Okay, but I think it's not it's not going to be the ultimate answer. I don't think it's, because it's actually something. I think it's something we could fix by just not always putting other people before us.
Yeah.
If we would just also be like, no, today I'm going to, or for this decision I'm going to do what I feel is the best thing, and I don't care even if it hurts somebody. Then I'm like, I'm sorry, but I have to do it for me, and I think then we wouldn't hate narcissists that much.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I feel like it's still hard because I don't like people like them very much, so I'm like in a I don't know.
But I feel like it would change
with
when if you would really, because I know you're
we're just talking of, I feel like we both know the person we're talking about, but we can't say it.
No.
Yes.
No, I think if you just would, because I know you're trying to please the people around you a lot, but if you would just like do that less and really do what you really want to do, regardless of anyone else, I think it would change. It wouldn't bother you as much.
Maybe, yeah.
But as I said, I know that you're very concerned with like social, like what's okay and what's not okay. Because I know you're very concerned with what's socially accepted in a certain situation, and you wouldn't just do something that you know could be kind of in some way impolite.
Yeah. Even though it's it would be good for me if I did it. Yeah. Well.
Yeah. Anyways.
Well, number B would be socializing.
I think this is something that very much depends on various things.
Yeah. How? Yeah. But
which are like who are we to socialize with?
Yeah.
When? Or like in which state of mind we are right now?
Yeah.
Or like in what mental place?
And about
Headspace.
what? Headspace.
Whatever.
And about what we are talking, maybe.
Yeah.
If it's interesting or not. And
how long?
And how good the conversation is.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
And if you like have to keep the conversation going for the whole time, it's like very mentally draining. and hard. So if the conversation just flows, it's very easy to socialize, obviously. With which people is it the hardest to socialize, probably?
People who are very introverted and who are like having a very hard time opening up, kinda, or like connecting with other people. And people that have like completely different values and interests, probably.
Yeah.
But like for me, maybe it's easier to talk about feeling stuff, like how are you, how was your day, how did you feel about that, whatever, than just about facts. That's, I think, or like just thinking stuff. That I think that's a little bit harder. So
yeah,
it depends on a lot of things, but in general I would say it's not the worst thing ever that could happen to an INFJ.
Socializing. No. But I feel like in a group, socializing is also there's a lot of pressure to it, because I wanna please like every single one of them, and I feel like I'm always saying the wrong thing in a group, and I'm like, why can't I be normal? Yeah,
definitely.
So one-on-one it's easier.
Yeah, for sure.
Even though you're in a group and not everyone is speaking, you're just speaking to one person and everyone else is listening, still, why are you listening? Go away.
Like that's exactly what we're doing right now. Like we're only talking.
But I don't see them.
But I feel like INFJs are like usually people that do want to connect with people, because they're like craving deep connections, but at the same time they need their own time and their own space. I feel like some INFJs are like really like love people, but at a distance.
Yeah. But I would say it's also, I love people, but either on a distant or very close, not like those middle.
Yeah, no, that's not.
Because answer D is small talk, endless small talk, because you can't socialize on a deep level. I feel like when you have to get to that point, you have to get through the small talk. So it's like, why? True. Why can't we just skip that? But I feel like it's like social priority to have like small talk.
Yeah, or it's just not common to just
skip it.
Yeah, you don't just ask somebody like, what do you think is the meaning of life? Just like, I know you for 5 minutes, but
let me talk. Yeah.
Even though I would like to do that, but
yeah,
that's weird. I mean, maybe if you get like the right vibes from a person and you feel like they're exactly that kind of person that would talk about these things, then maybe go for it. I guess, yeah. Why not?
Sure.
Like there's certainly people with whom you can just talk about deep stuff pretty much right away, and some people that just you never know what to talk about.
Yeah, right? It's with some people it's so hard to connect, or it's like you can't even. It's like impossible.
It's like lock and key are so different.
You can't fit them, even with force. You can't make it fit.
Yeah, you would break one of them if you try too hard.
It would break me if I had to do this. Literally. Because everyone has met those people where you're like, even though you have like a same interest or you go into the same school, even in the same class, I don't know, and for some reason it doesn't work out. You can't connect. You can't. I feel like you're speaking a different language, and it's so hard to like. It's like if you're saying something and they don't get it because they're just on a different wavelength. It's impossible, and I hate it. I'm like, why can't this conversation just end? I don't want to talk to you. It's nothing personal, but it just doesn't fit.
Yeah, it doesn't work out. So because you'll never really get to that point of deep conversation.
No.
You're always stuck in this small talk, and it's not even good small talk.
It's like the worst small talk possible. It's when you don't understand each other, and it gets worse when the other person thinks the small talk is like good and you're connecting, but you're like, yeah, don't you see it as well? It just doesn't work. We are not compatible. We don't fit. They're like in this mindset of it works, we're friends, and I'm like, no, we're not friends.
It actually doesn't.
It does not work.
Spoiler alert, it doesn't.
It never has. Stop talking to me. It's unbearable.
What I also really think is one of the worst parts about small talk is that, or like for me, like that moment when you're just thinking of something to say, but your mind is just blank.
Yeah.
And like there's nothing I could say because I want to, but there's nothing in my mind.
Yeah, there's not a single topic that comes up, and it's nothing. And even if something comes up, it's most of the time it's like a short conversation.
Yeah,
it's
like
something.
Like when you like everyone or both of you are just like, yeah, okay, so that's the conclusion. And then shit.
And it's just over. The other person couldn't care less to start up a new topic, and you're like, but it's awkward for both, and you're like,
yeah.
You're coming to a conclusion, but there's like, but the conversation was like 30 seconds long, even though
it took you probably like 5 minutes to come up with that topic to talk about.
And even though the topic would give more to talk about, but because the vibes are just so off, it's like a dead end.
A dead end.
Literally.
Yeah, I think you really need to find those like connection points between you and someone else, like or whoever you're talking with, like topics that you both have a lot to say about, or maybe some shared experience or something that you experienced in a similar way, something like that really helps to just bond. You just need to get to that point, then the conversation starts to get really interesting.
But I feel like that's always a point where you can see if the person fits, if the conversation just flows, if you don't have to put much effort in it, and the conversation just goes on without you like being like, what can I talk about? It's like then you can know which people are like right for you, I feel like. Because if you have to always think about a topic you can talk about, then it's not worth it. If it's so hard.
Like when you have found a topic and it still isn't giving anything, then it's definitely not. Because some people are just you need to get a little bit
warm.
Yeah.
Warm up a little.
Yeah, like when both are introverts, it can be a little bit hard in the beginning, I think. So.
But if it fits, it fits.
Yeah.
And you know it.
Yeah. So, saying no. I think this is definitely one of the hardest things.
Why?
Yeah, because I don't want to destroy the harmony.
Yeah.
But I don't want to make an effort for other people.
You don't want to make an effort?
No, that's not what I wanted to say. Like, I don't want them to have effort because of me.
Aso. It just came out of me. I couldn't help it.
Like, that's in your DNA. But it's in mine as well. Like, I also can't help it.
My DNA is aso, your DNA is genau. But we talked about the saying no thing. I feel like it was a podcast episode which we had to delete because the sound was so horrible. Because it was the thing with the kissing, or we just
you mean
talked about it for short.
Being like kissed by a relative.
Yeah, the kissing on the cheeks.
And but I think we did record it.
We did record it. But we in the deleted episode we talked about it like really long, and then because we already talked about it for so long, we only talked about it like shortly in the episode that you saw, probably, hopefully. No, but if in that case you said that you hate it, we hate it, and there's no real way of you saying no to doing this.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because there are so many other options, like just hugging or shaking their hand. But your grandma and other relatives
or just nope. There's
No.
only one way to do it.
yeah, they
True,
want to do it, and you feel like
I have no choice.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how to stop it.
because I would feel like it may be impolite in some kind of way.
It is kind of, or like it's probably
Even though
they receive it
yeah,
as impolite, even though I don't mean it in an impolite way.
and it's not impolite if you just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
It's out of your
Yeah.
comfort zone.
Like, but that's like.
Period. Sorry.
But I think like it's that way with most things.
Yeah.
When it comes to saying no.
It's especially hard when you're with people you feel like you have to please, or you don't wanna step on their foot, like, because it wouldn't be worth it, because they're not like close to you.
Is it maybe also because you don't want to deal with like the conflict that would
Yeah.
flame once you said no, because
Mhm.
then they would, like, you can already kind of guess, okay, they would probably make a big deal out of this.
Yeah.
Then I would have to like justify myself, and I just don't want to do that. I mean, I know there are people who just like don't at all care about how they appear, like how what impression they make.
Mhm.
And they would just be like, no, I don't care, and if they don't like me, I don't care either. The root of pain is always attachment.
Mhm. Yeah, that's your thing.
Yeah, I know, but if you think about it,
Yeah,
if you think about it,
It is true, but I don't wanna detach from everything.
But yeah, I mean, of course, we as human beings can't really detach from everything, I think. But still, if like, there's this quote basically that says, pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional.
Yeah.
So, okay, wait, I need to rephrase what I said before. It's like suffering is always caused by attachment. Because when you're suffering, that's because you're attached to something.
Mhm.
Yeah. Pain we cannot avoid. It's happening. But then when we choose to stay in that pain, that's because we're attached to something, and then we suffer.
Mhm. So I feel like it would make a big deal if they don't like me. It would be hard.
But there must be another way.
Yeah.
But I saw something on Pinterest, like another quote.
Yeah.
So it says, if you have to sacrifice your voice to keep the peace, it's no longer peaceful.
Wait, what? If you
have to sacrifice your voice to keep the peace, like if you're quiet in order to maintain harmony, it's no longer peaceful. You're internalizing the chaos instead.
That's good, yeah.
From Sarah Bass.
Nice. Great woman.
Because it's true, because you're just shifting the chaos.
Yeah.
It's not outside, it's not the like chaos with them, it's within you. But it's still there.
I have the chaos inside myself to keep it from them, but I could just say it out loud, and then the chaos is like splitted, and I only have a quarter, or I don't know, and it's like it's there. It could be resolved.
I think because if you just don't have any malice intentions, if they would ever like talk to you about it, maybe think about what you would say beforehand, and then you just drop it.
Drop the mic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And just be like firm but polite. Because then nobody really can. Because as long as you have being friendly, nobody can really say something against you because you're a friendly person. Just don't attack them, because as soon as you attack somebody, you make yourself the target.
Yeah. Wise words. As a conclusion, we have to decide which one is the hardest. I feel like A or C. Narcissist or saying no.
I would say C or D.
Okay, so we would agree C.
Yes. C.
Hopefully you could relate to some of those things we talked about.
And if you have anything that you feel like is even worse than these 4 options, what do you hate even more as an INFJ?
Just
write it in the comments.
Yeah, please. We just talked about downloading something on the computer.
Yeah, like technical settings.
Yeah.
That's really tough. If you like have to do everything on yourself, by yourself, on your own, from scratch, with no help.
And no
but YouTube videos.
Idea. Yeah. You just don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, that's definitely tough.
So yeah.
Dealing with reality is my answer.
Okay, I thought so. Well, I hope you liked it. And thank you for watching.
Or listening.
Or both. And Ramen.